All right, you already know what it is. Fourth Quarter Boys Sports in the building. Once again, fresh out the kitchen. And the wait is over. Off season is over. The Bears are reporting to the training camp. 2019 season is underway. As usual, Pace and Matt Nagy, they address the Bear fans and Bear Nation, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about the schedule too. Before we do that, you know what I do right around this time is Fourth Quarter Boys Sports. I am the illustrious one, the most magnificent one, Professor Lake in the building, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Chip, be a fourth quarter boy for life, man. Hit that notification bell for me, dog. Let's jump right into it. So, you know, I'm just perusing through YouTube, and I come across the Bears page, and I see that Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy held a press conference. The beginning of the interview, they talked a lot about Eddie Pinera, just what they expect out of him, and Ryan Pace being candid as usual. He does reveal that Eddie, has to build up his leg strength. So I went and did a little research on Eddie Pinera, and I saw some clips, and it looked like he had a strong leg prior to the injury. So, hopefully he could get that together during this training camp, and, maybe that could be somebody the Bears could count on. But I think the mind state for each and every one of the Chicago Bears that are not kickers is that we're not going to leave it in the kicker's hands to decide our fate. I just think that, the way Matt Nagy is coaching, he's got these guys learning from mistakes, and they're not willing to repeat the same mistakes that they've made in the past. Ryan Pace was asked, what did he feel about the offseason moves that he made? And Pace answered that he was happy with the offseason moves. I'm pleased with the moves as well. I thought somewhere down the line we might be able to find a solid kicker, if not in free agency, out the draft. But I think with the mind state that the Bears have right now, they're not leaving it up to a kicker. And again, the reporters were ultra focused on the kicking situation. They went back and asked Matt Nagy, would the kicking situation affect his play calling and, as far as going for two in certain situations. And Matt Nagy wouldn't admit publicly that the kicking situation would affect his game planning or maybe situational calls, but I think it will at the end of the day. If we can't find a kicker that we could depend on from 40 yards away, I see Matt Nagy going for it quite a bit. I also feel he'll be doing a lot of two-point conversions as well if he doesn't trust the kicking situation. One of the things that Matt Nagy also talked about was a culture sustaining success, and they feel that they've developed that last season. And he has all the confidence in the world in the defense as well because of the culture, because of what they've been through. Pace touched on being able to re-sign some of the people that they draft and just being in a better situation to keep some of the ball players that have done well for the Bears and how they will reward certain free agents. Pace was also knowledgeable about knowing that the players are watching to see how they handle these situations going forward. Matt Nagy said that one of his best strengths going into the season that he may not have had last season was knowing all of the players. He says that he knows what makes each guy tick now. And another asset that he said is to his advantage this season is that Mitch Trubisky knows the offense. Last year, they were just installing the offense. This year, Mitch has a good handle of the offense, and they're just going to add more tweaks to the system. They're just going to be able to build upon what Mitch Trubisky already knows. So here's some good news and bad news. I'll give you the good news first. Trey Burton should be ready for the training camp. The bad news, Clinton Dix might start out camp on the PUP list, along with a couple other players. TJ Clemmings and Jonathan Harris. TJ Clemmings is out with an ACL injury. Jonathan Harris is got a slight hamstring tweak, and Clinton Dix is going to be watched carefully with a knee sprain. I just don't like it when a free agent comes to your town and they start off kind of rocky like this. I'm hoping it's nothing serious, but I really want to see what Clinton Dix has to offer to this Bears defense. A couple of other things that Ryan Pace talked about was Chuck Pagano's effect on the defense and how Pace feels that the defense is not skipping a beat at all. They're just going through and doing what they normally do around this time of year, still dominating, still learning, but still looking like the dominant defense that we had last year. Pace also says some of those younger guys on defense are getting better. Leonard Floyd, Bilal Nichols, and Roquan Smith. So you know Ryan Pace couldn't wait to brag on some of his draft picks. So I look for those guys to have a really good training camp and a season this year as well, especially Floyd. I think he's on a contract year, and I'm pretty sure he wants to show out. When asked about Mitch Trubisky, Ryan Pace said he just needs to keep getting better, and he's seen that in last season's gameplay, and he's just expecting Mitch to keep getting better game by game by game, practice by practice. Pace says that Cody Whitehair is an important person to the offense as well. Just judging from how he answers certain questions, I think that they're definitely in contract extension talks. So I'm looking for Cody Whitehair to ink a contract extension, maybe sometime during the training camp or mid-season. Last thing I want to talk about that Pace mentioned during the interview was the tight end room. What's the outlook for Trey Burton and Adam Shaheen? And again, Pace is giving them a vote of confidence, just saying that they need to stay healthy. They need to stay healthy. But, in my opinion, I just think that tight end room is a little wide open for that guy Dax Raymond to come in there and make some plays if one of these two guys get injured early on in the season. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Now, looking at the regular season schedule, I'll give you my picks. No scores, just wins and losses. And, maybe we'll pick this back up a little closer to the start of the season after we play some preseason games to see what we got, out of David Montgomery and Riley Ridley and a couple of these rookies that we picked up in this offseason. So game one, we got the Green Bay Packers. I think that's going to be a W. I don't have to tell you why. Anytime we play the Green Bay Packers, I think it's going to be a W. Then we go to Denver and we play our old defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. Much respect, but we're going to get a W out there in Denver, baby. Another W. We're 2-0. On the road again, we're going straight to Washington to face off with the Redskins, and I think that's going to be a W. 3-0. Then we're back home playing the Minnesota Vikings. That's going to be a W as well. Back on the road, we're going to the West Coast to play the Raiders and John Gruden. That's going to be a W. Khalil Mack is going to get off that game. We call it a welcome back party. Then we're back at home with the Saints. The Saints are coming to Chicago, and that's going to be a W as well. 6-0. The Chargers come to Chicago, Soldiers Field. It's going to be another W. 7-0. We're going to take a flight to Philly, go play ball against the Eagles, and we're going to taste revenge that night. That's going to be a W. 8-0. Come back home. We faced the sorry Lions, and that's going to be a W. We go to LA, we play the Rams, and they're looking for revenge. Revenge is on their palate, but they will not taste it this time. We go to LA, we play the LA Rams prime time. That's going to be a W. Next, we come back home. We're playing the New York Giants. Again, another situation where we took a loss to the team in a prior year. This year, it's not going to happen. The Giants will take an L. The Bears will take a W. After that, we want to take a quick business trip to Detroit. Notice how I said quick business trip. We're going to go there, handle business, come out with the W, and hurry back to Chicago as quickly as we can. You don't want to waste a lot of time out in Detroit. We don't want to be there. We only want to go down there and whoop on the Lions and come back home. That's the only enjoyment we get when we go to Detroit, is when we whoop on the Lions. That's a W. 12-0. We go back home. We play the Dallas Cowboys. That's going to be a W. And as far as that Dallas defense, I think it's questionable. I know they had a good season last year, but, that might just be a little glimmer in the pan, guys. I just don't believe in the Dallas Cowboys defense. I don't. All right? So that's going to be a W. It's game 13-0. Okay, so after that, we go to Green Bay to face off with the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers, because they don't have anybody else on their team. All you're doing is playing Aaron Rodgers, and, we're going to handle that business as usual. We're going to smack him around, in the backfield. We're going to bully them, and you know how we get out, man. That's going to be a blowout at Lambeau Field. We're taking a W. All right, 14-0, right? Then we got the Chiefs. A lot of guys running around here saying that Pat Mahomes is going to dice up the Bears. Mitch Trubisky doesn't have anything for the Chiefs, one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year, mind you. Okay, I'm going with the Bears. 15-0. Bears are going to beat the Chiefs at Soldier Field. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to finish the season off, going to Minnesota, smacking around a couple Vikings. You know what I mean? There's nothing to it, man. 16-0. The Bears are going 16-0. And obviously, if we go 16-0, we're going to have to sweep the playoffs. So we're going to get a first round bye, of course. We're going to get that first round bye. All right? And whoever else is in our way, we're going to go ahead and smack them around, get to the Super Bowl and smack them around, okay? The Bears are going to make history as one of the best teams of all time in the 2019 season. Mark my words. You know, you already know what it is, man. You already knew I was going to come in here and say this. You already knew it. So don't act surprised, man. You knew I was going to come in here and tell you the Bears were going 16-0. Last year I told y'all they were going 11-5. They beat that. They beat that, okay? So this year they're going 16-0. So what's better than 16-0? Super Bowl champs, and that's what we doing, man. All right? So with that in mind, you know, leave me your opinions, your comments. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. I got the Bears going 16-0. Everybody's laid back in the administration at the headquarters of Hallis Hall right now. We're very confident in the product that's going to be put out there on Soldier Field. And, you know, I see a couple blowouts here and there. I see a couple gun battles here and there. But, you know, I see the Bears coming away with 16 W's for the regular season. Holla at your boy, man. Like I said before, like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comment in the comment section. Holla at your bizoy. I'm gone.